This question was quite long, so I decided to write it first. So Amina deposited 25,000 shillings in a bank, which paid a compound interest at the rate of 12% per annum for 18 months. Juma invested 30,000 shillings at a rate of 15% per annum, simple interest for the same period. Determine whose investment earned more interest and by how much. So we have two characters here. Can we divide my board now into two? Right? So we have Amina, and we have Juma. Okay? So for Amina, we are depositing a principal of 25,000. We have a compound interest rate, note that, a compound interest rate of 12% per annum for time t, which is 1.5 years. Convert 18 months to years. That is 1.5 years. So Juma on the other side invested a principal of 30,000, okay, at a rate of 15%, right? Simple interest, okay? Note that one is simple interest and the other one is compound interest, okay? At the same period, time t of 1.5 years, okay? So determine whose investment earned more interest and by how much. So this is what we are going to do. So the first year for Amina, she had 25,000 at, this is, okay, sorry, I wrote 250. You multiply by 12 over 100, right? So in the first year, Amina's 25,000 had an interest of, this is 25,000. So Amina's 25,000 had an interest of 12%. So the first, at a rate of 12%. So what is the interest? We have 250. We multiply by 12 to get the first year. Amina's 25,000 gained an interest of 3,000. Okay? So for the second half year, remember it's 1.5. So we have already calculated for the first year. We now need to calculate for half an year. Okay? So how do we do that? The second principle, the second 6 months principle should be 25,000 plus 3,000, which is 28,000. Okay? Do you understand? So we get to find the interest rate for the second 6 months, which is 28,000. We multiply by 12 over 100, but then by a half an year. Okay? So by 0, that goes by 2, 1 by 2, 6. So we can have 280 times 6 to give us 1,680. So the interest earned by Amina's investment is, the interest is 3,000 plus 1,680. So 3,000 plus 1,680, which is 4,680. So Amina's investment gains an interest of 4,680. We come to Juma. Now, the formula of simple interest and compound interest, they are quite different. So for the simple interest we do principal times rate over 100 times time just once, okay? So in this case, we have 30,000 as our principal. Then you multiply with the rate, which is 15 over 100, then times time, which is 1.5 years. So by that one goes with that. Then we have 300 times 15, you multiply by 1.5 to give you 6,750. So this is the interest that Juma's investment earned. So the question is, whose investment earned more interest and by how much? So we already know that Juma's investment earned more, but then by how much? We pick his interest, then you subtract Amina's interest, which is 4,600 and what? And 80, and you subtract 4,680 to get 2,070. So number one, Juma's interest earned more with 2,070.